8 of the 10 commandments in Exodus chapter 20 were negative. Thou shalt not. 2 of them are positive. Thou shalt. Those 2 are repeated here in verse 3. Every one of you shall revere his mother and father, and keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God. Now here's an example of the expansion that these laws make upon the original 10 commandments. And they show insight into God's character and who God is and what it means to be like him in holiness. The 5th commandment, Exodus 20, verse 12, says to honor, chavad, your father and mother. Here a different word is used. The chavad means to show them respect and obedience. Here, a slight nuance to the commandment when it says everyone shall revere, yara, your mother and father. That word takes the original honor to a level of the will and of reverencing them as I would reverence God. Someone can obey their parents. They can honor them in that way without showing reverence to them. And growing up, I obeyed my parents, honored their rules because I didn't want to get in trouble. But I didn't respect them as God's given authority in my life. I didn't respect any authority. I was stupid. I thought I knew everything. When I'm a teenager, I listened to the influence of an ungodly society, rebellious entertainment, and certain friends who all encouraged me to do your own thing. It's an expression that's popularized in the 1960s and infiltrated our country, fully entrenched in American culture by the 70s, 80s when I grew up. To do your own thing, it can sound very appealing. I can be selfish, I can do whatever I want, I don't have to answer to anybody, but it's a road that leads to destruction. And so this idea of reverencing parents, so not just obeying them, but holding them up as authority, authoritative. That is tied to keeping the Sabbath here in verse 3. In the same way someone can keep God's Sabbath out of duty. You know, I do it because I have to. I guess I got to go to church and I got to, show up. But I can do it and not reverence God in it. The 2 are tied together here through the fundamental spiritual principle, obedience and reverence. This is showing how God's law, based upon the 10 commandments, is meant to be observed on a much deeper level than just going through the motions or outward expressions. It's meant to be observed, from an internal reverence of who God is. Holiness, as is being shown in this chapter here, is a matter of the heart. You've heard it said, you shall not murder, Jesus said in Matthew 5:21. I say to you, if you have hatred, you're already murdering. It's a matter of your heart. You've heard it said, you shall not commit adultery. I say to you, Jesus says in the Sermon on the Mount, if you look on a woman with lust, you're committing adultery. God looks upon the heart.